Everything you think you know about Chinese pickup trucks, forget it, delete it. For decades, we've been told the same thing in the States. We said, oh, Chinese trucks, they're cheap, they're weak. Well, joke's on us because we are talking about trucks with technology that makes a Ford Raptor look like it's from the Stone Age. We're talking about 0 to 60 times that rival sports cars, interiors that look like five-star hotels, and power figures that are frankly insulting. Today we are ranking the top 5 most powerful Chinese pickup trucks that are humiliating the competition right now. I'm jealous. I am officially offended that we are stuck with the same old trucks while China is getting this. So if you want to see what the future of trucks actually looks like and why Detroit is sweating bullets right now, buckle up. You are not ready for number 1. Number 5, Nissan Z9. Look at the badge on the front of this truck. Yes, that is a Nissan, but this isn't the Frontier your plumber drives. This isn't the Titan that's been discontinued. This is the Nissan Z9, a truck so advanced, so powerful, and so cheap that it feels like Nissan is personally pranking the United States. While we're over here celebrating heated seats as a luxury, China just got a Nissan pickup with 800 Newton-meter of torque, a dashboard that looks like a spaceship, and a price tag that is arguably offensive. I'm not kidding, this thing has more torque than a Ford F-150 Raptor R, but it costs less than a base model Honda Civic. If this doesn't make you mad, check your pulse. Look at this face. It's angry, it's aggressive. It makes the US spec Frontier look like it's asking for permission to merge. The first thing you see are those Z-shaped LED daytime running lights that cut through the darkness like laser swords. The grille is split, a nod to the old-school hard-body trucks, but it's modernized with a glossy, menacing texture. There's no chrome mess here, just active air shutters and a hood with muscle lines so deep they cast shadows. It looks less like a work truck and more like a Decepticon mid-transformation. Move to the side and the scale hits you. This sits on a massive 3,300 millimeter wheelbase. It's long, wide, and planted. The wheels are these machined two-tone alloys wrapped in all-terrain rubber that screams, I can climb a mountain. But look closer, the door handles. They have this premium weight to them. The mirrors have integrated 360-degree cameras. The beltline is high, giving you that bunker feeling of safety. And here's the kicker. There's a charging port on the fender. Seeing a plug on a Nissan truck just feels forbidden. Around the back, they didn't just slap a tailgate on it. They gave it a full-width LED light bar that animates when you unlock it. The bumper has integrated steps, actually useful ones. And the exhaust tips are hidden because this truck wants you to focus on its electrified soul. Compared to the plain stamped, stale tailgates we get, this looks like it was designed by an architect, not an accountant. Pop the hood and prepare to be confused in the best way possible. This is a plug-in hybrid PHEV beast. It pairs a 2.0-liter turbocharged engine with a massive electric motor system. The result? 435 horsepower and that earth-rotating 800 Newton-meters of torque. That is semi-truck levels of torque. You step on the pedal, and because of the electric motors, the torque is instant. No turbo, lag, no waiting. Just snap, your head hits the headrest. It has a 135-kilometer, 84-mile, pure electric range. You could drive to work and back all week without burning a drop of gas. And when you do need to go far, it has a combined range of over 1,000 kilometers. Bro, this truck drives across states while our trucks are looking for a gas station every 300 miles. Safety. It's built like a tank. High-strength steel cage. Check. But the tech is where it gets wild. It has a 540-degree camera system. Yeah, well, this camera sees under the truck. It creates a transparent chassis view on the screen, so you can see exactly where your tires are on a rocky trail. Plus, it has full L2 ADAS, adaptive cruise, lane centering, automatic braking. This truck basically drives itself on the highway. Step inside and you will weep. Gone are the hard plastics of the Frontier. The dash is wrapped in soft touch materials with real stitching. The instrument cluster is fully digital, crisp, and customizable. 16-inch floating screen. It's bigger than a laptop. The resolution is 4K level sharp. The UI is smartphone fast. You have voice controls that actually work, navigation that predicts traffic, and an ecosystem that supports every app you need. The seats, Nappa leather, and not just leather. They are heated, ventilated, and get this, massaging. A massaging Nissan truck. In the US, you have to buy a Mercedes S-Class to get that. In China, it's standard on a work truck. There's ambient lighting that pulses to the music. The gear selector is this crystal-like electronic shifter that feels expensive. The center console is huge, with a dedicated wireless charging pad that actually cools your phone while it charges. Rear passengers get their own AC vents, tons of legroom, and a reclining backrest. Reclining in a pickup. It's a proper crew cab. You can fit 3 full-grown adults in the back, no problem. The bed is huge, and it has a built-in 6 kilowatts power outlet. You can run a campsite, a table saw, or an entire outdoor party off the truck's battery. Practicality score, 10 out of 10. So how much for the 435 horsepower, massaging seat 800 Newton-meter Nissan? $60,000? $70,000? Nope. In China, this truck starts around $22,000 USD. And the fully loaded, top-spec version with everything I just mentioned, $30,000. That is the price of a base model Toyota Corolla in the US for a luxury super truck. I'm going to go scream into a pillow. Okay, wipe the tears away, because number 5 was just a warm-up. Number 4 is coming up, and it's from a brand that actually owns Volvo. You are not ready for the radar. Number 4, Geely Radar RD6. If the Nissan Z9 was a wake-up call, this next truck is a full-blown punch to the face. You might not know the name Radar, but you definitely know the company that owns them, Geely. You know, the massive giant that also owns Volvo and Lotus. Yeah, them. They decided to take that high-end European engineering, mix it with Chinese EV tech, and create the Radar RD6. And honestly, it makes the Ford Lightning and Rivian R1T look nervously over their shoulders. This isn't just a truck, it's a lifestyle flex that accelerates like a sports car and powers your entire house during a blackout. I'm not exaggerating. This thing is a mobile power plant disguised as a pickup. Let's talk about the look because it's confusingly beautiful. Most trucks try to look angry, like they want to eat a Prius for lunch. The Radar RD6, it looks sophisticated. It's a unibody design, so there's no ugly gap between the cab and the bed. It flows perfectly. The front end has this Matrix vibe with a fully closed-off grille and a flying wing LED light bar that strengthens across the entire nose. It looks like something Apple would design if they made trucks. The headlights have this crystal-cut internal structure that sparkles when you unlock it. Walking around the side, you realize how aerodynamic it is. The wheels are aero-optimized 17 or 18-inch alloys that look like they belong on a luxury SUV, not a workhorse. And because there's no engine up front, you pop the hood and boom, a 70L frunk. You can fit a carry-on, suitcase, your groceries, or a cooler full of drinks in there. Try doing that in a Toyota Tacoma. You can't. The moment happens when you look at the specs. This is the AWD Horizon version, and it is terrifyingly fast. 5 seconds. Do you understand how fast that is? That is faster than a Ford F-150 Raptor R on pavement. That is faster than most Porsche Cayennes. You stomp the pedal and there is no noise, no drama, just instant neck-snapping G-force that pins you into the seat. It's hilarious. You could pull up to a stoplight next to a Mustang, look him in the eye, and leave him in the dust while hauling a load of mulch. And the range, it pushes over 630 kilometers, 390 miles, on a single charge. But the coolest trick isn't the driving, it's the discharging. This truck has the world's most powerful V2L, vehicle-to-load, system, putting out 21 kilowatts of electricity. Most EVs can charge a laptop. The Radar RD6 can power 3-window AC units, an electric grille, and a sound system simultaneously. You could literally run a construction site or a rock concert off the bed of this truck. Inside, the Volvo Influence smacks you right in the face. It feels safe, quiet, and incredibly premium. The dashboard is dominated by dual 12.3-inch floating screens that are razor sharp. The infotainment system runs on Geely's Galaxy OS, so it's smoother than an iPad. The voice assistant is shockingly smart. You can say, "Hello Radar, I'm hot," and it lowers the window and cranks the AC instantly. The materials are soft-touch leatherette everywhere your hand lands. The center console floats, creating extra storage underneath for your bag. And the roof? It's a massive 51-inch panoramic glass sky roof that makes the cabin feel huge. It doesn't feel like a truck inside. It feels like a $60,000 European luxury crossover. So, how much does this electric super truck cost? In the US, a Rivian starts at $70,000. The Ford Lightning is expensive. The Radar RD6. In China, it starts at roughly $21,000 USD. The fully loaded dual-motor 4-second supercar version, it's about $36,000. That is half the price of a Ford Lightning. Half for a truck that is faster, smarter, and arguably better built. I am genuinely upset right now. Number 3, MG9. Okay, let's stop playing games. We all know MG. They made those cute little roadsters your grandpa used to drive in the 60s. Well, Grandpa, look away, because this MG is about to scare you. This is the MG9, and it is arguably the most confusingly over-engineered pickup truck I have ever seen. Why? Because it combines a British heritage badge, Chinese military-grade tech, and a powertrain that puts out numbers that shouldn't be possible for a truck this size. We are talking about a truck that can tow a boat, massage your back, and hit 0 to 60 faster than a Ford Mustang, all while making zero noise. If you thought MG was dead, this truck is their way of kicking down the door and screaming, "We are back!" Look at the face of this thing. It's not cute, it's terrifying. The grille is this massive, chrome-accented waterfall that looks like it wants to inhale the car in front of it. It's flanked by these sharp, vertical LED headlights that look like fangs. Most EV trucks try to look friendly or smooth. Not this one. The hood is sculpted with these aggressive power bulges that channel air over the roof. It has a functional skid plate that looks like it could take a landmine. It looks like a Decepticon that scanned a British luxury car and decided to get jacked. From the side, the proportions are just perfect. It sits on massive 20-inch diamond-cut alloy wheels that fill the arches perfectly. The stance is wide, really wide. But look at the details. The side steps aren't those cheap plastic ones. They're integrated into the bodywork for aerodynamics. The door handles are chrome, but flush, reducing drag. And the windows, privacy, glass, so dark you could hide a celebrity in there. The body lines are sharp, cutting through the doors like a knife. It doesn't look like a utility vehicle. It looks like a luxury SUV that decided to grow a bed. Bro, If you pulled up to a valet in this, they wouldn't park it in the back. They'd put it right out front. Around the back, MG decided to show off. The tailgate features this huge stamped MG logo that reminds everyone what you're driving. The taillights are these complex 3D LED clusters that look like glowing embers at night. But the coolest part? The smart tailgate. It has a built-in step that folds out, similar to GMC, but smoother. And get this, the rear bumper has integrated sensors that are so sensitive they can detect a pedestrian before you even see them on the camera. It's practical, but it looks expensive. Like, I washed this with bottled water, expensive. Now let's talk power, because this is where the quality myth dies. The MG9 comes in a few flavors, but the one we care about is the high-performance EV version. 2 motors, all-wheel drive, 436 horsepower, unlimited torque. Okay, not unlimited, but it feels like it. You mash the pedal, and this 5,000-pound truck launches like a rocket. We're talking 0 to 60 in the 4-second range. But it's not just fast. It uses a 102 kilowatt-hour battery pack. That is massive. Range, over 430 kilometers, 277 miles on a bad day. And it supports fast charging that can juice it from 20% to 80% in just 40 minutes. You could tow a trailer to the campsite, dominate a drag strip, and drive home all on one charge. This thing doesn't burn gas. It burns the egos of Ford Raptor owners. If you crash this, it's probably the other guy's fault, because the safety tech is insane. It has a 540-degree camera system. Yes, the under-chassis view again. It has traffic jam assist, which basically drives the truck for you in stop-and-go traffic. It scans road signs. It watches your eyes to see if you're tired. It has 7 airbags, including a center airbag between the driver and passenger, so you don't knock heads during a rollover. It's built on a high-strength steel platform that scored a 5-star ANCAP safety rating. Open the door and you might think you walked into a fighter jet. The dashboard is dominated by glossy black panels and soft leather. You get dual 12.3-inch screens that are fused together under a single piece of glass. The graphics are crisp, 60 FPS smooth. The gear shifter, it looks like the throttle lever from an airplane. You pull it back to engage drive. It feels incredibly cool. The seats are wrapped in perforated leather with contrast stitching. Driver and passenger get heating and ventilation. And yes, the driver gets a massage function. Imagine hauling lumber while getting a hot stone massage. That is the life I want to live. The steering wheel is flat-bottomed and heated. The ambient lighting has 64 colors that breathe with the music. There are real metal accents on the doors, not painted plastic, cold to the touch. The center console is a double-decker floating design. You can put a whole backpack underneath it. The cup holders are cooled. Let me repeat, cooled cup holders, so your Red Bull stays frosty while you gap sports cars on the highway. The bed is deep and wide enough for a Euro pallet. But the real trick is the smart hatch on some trims that lets you fold the rear seats and open the back of the cabin to extend the bed length into the cab. You can carry 10-foot pipes or surfboards completely inside the vehicle. It's the ultimate family hauler that doubles as a serious work truck. So, a 436 horsepower massaging seat aircraft shifter truck, $80,000? Try again. In international markets, the MG9 or its T90 EV twin starts around $45,000 to $50,000 USD for the top spec. The diesel version is even cheaper, sitting around $35,000. That is roughly half the price of a Ford Lightning Platinum. For that price, you could buy 2 of these and race them against each other. So here's the question. Would you spend $80,000 on an American EV truck? Or would you buy the MG9, save $30K, and get a truck that looks this good? Is the badge worth $30 grand to you? We are halfway through, and the trucks are only getting crazier. Number 2 is a monster. It solves the biggest problem with EVs: range anxiety. It has an engine, but it doesn't drive the wheels. It's a range extender beast that can travel 1,000 kilometers without stopping. And it looks like it was designed by aliens. Get ready for the Changan Hunter. Number 2, Changan Hunter REV. This is the truck that solves the single biggest problem with electric vehicles. You know how we all say, "I'd buy an electric truck, but I can't tow because the battery dies in 100 miles." The Changan Hunter REV just heard that excuse and laughed in your face. This is the world's first range-extended EV pickup. Look at this face. It doesn't look like a truck. It looks like a helmet from Halo. The front grille is this massive, frameless omega shape that blends into the bumper. It's not chrome. It's a geometric mesh that looks like it was 3D printed by aliens. The headlights are razor-thin LED strips connected by a light bar, giving it a robotic stare. Compared to the blocky, brick-like front of a Chevy Silverado, this looks aerodynamic and lethal. It looks like it's moving fast even when it's parked. The side profile is pure muscle. It's big, over 5.6 meters long. The wheel arches are squared off with rugged cladding housing massive 18-inch aero wheels. But look at the lines. They are sharp, angular, and aggressive. The door handles are sturdy, and the running boards are integrated flush into the body so they don't get ripped off when you go off-road. And here's the cool part. It has 2 fuel doors, one for electricity, one for gas. You pull up to a charger, you fit in. You pull up to a gas pump, you fit in. This truck has no identity crisis. It just dominates everywhere. Bro, imagine the look on a Tesla owner's face when you plug in and then fill up with gas. The back is just as bold. The tailgate features the Changan lettering stamped deep into the metal. The taillights are vertical but have a smoked, futuristic finish. And the bed, it's huge. It's lined with a durable coating. And yes, it has a 3.3 kW power outlet. You can run a jackhammer, a welder, or a bouncy castle for your kid's birthday party right out of the back. It's not just for hauling, it's a mobile generator. Here is the engineering magic. You get 2 electric motors, AW dollars, pushing out 272 horsepower and 470 Newton meters of torque. Because it's electric drive, that torque is available at 0 RPM. You step on it, and it hits 0 to 60 in 7.9 seconds. Wait, that's not supercar fast, bro. For a massive truck that weighs as much as a small house, that is fast. That is faster than a Toyota Hilux or a Ford Ranger Raptor diesel. But the range is the killer feature. You have a 180 kilometers, 110-mile, pure electric range for your daily commute. You charge at home, you never burn gas. But on the weekend, the 2-liter turbo gas generator kicks in, and suddenly you can drive from Los Angeles to Salt Lake City without stopping. It destroys the EVs can't road trip myth forever. Inside, it's not a truck, it's a lounge. The design is minimal, clean, and wrapped in soft leather. The air vents are hidden in the trim. The dashboard uses a dual-screen layout that curves around the driver. The graphics are sharp, responsive, and fully customizable. The center console is wide, and the gear shifter, oh man. The seats are sport-bolstered bucket seats. They are perforated, breathable, and designed to hold you in place when you're doing 4-wheel drifts in the mud. Electronic adjustment? Check. Lumbar support? Check. The steering wheel is flat-bottomed, a sporty touch in a pickup. The center tunnel is floating, meaning there is a massive storage cubby underneath for your wife's purse or your camera gear. It has wireless charging that is actually fast, 50W, not that slow trickle charge that heats up your phone. Okay, so a range-extended 1,000-kilometer range, 470 Newton-meter torque truck. In the US, a Ram Charger which uses similar tech, is expected to cost $60,000 plus. In China, it starts at around $19,000 USD, and the fully loaded top-spec AWD version, $24,000 USD. I repeat, $24,000. I am actually in pain telling you this. So tell me, would you pay $60,000 for a gas-guzzling V8? Or would you pay $24,000 for this 1,000-kilometer range beast and use the extra money to buy a boat? Let me know in the comments. BYD Shark 6, we have arrived. If you own a Ford Ranger Raptor, a Toyota Tacoma, or even a fancy F-150 Lightning, I need you to sit down, take a deep breath, because the BYD Shark 6 isn't just a new truck. It is an extinction event. This is the truck that made the CEO of Ford admit they are scared of Chinese EVs. Ladies and gentlemen, the food chain just changed, and we are not at the top anymore. Look at it. It's not copying anyone. It's mocking them. The front is dominated by a massive, full-width LED light bar that frames the grille. The BYD letters are enormous, stamped right in the center like they're shouting at you. The design is boxy, brutal, and unapologetic. The silver skid plate under the bumper isn't just for show. It's thick structural armor. The headlights are vertical stacked LEDs that look like the eyes of a machine that knows it's better than you. It looks like a stormtrooper that started hitting the gym and taking steroids. The side profile is where you see the sheer size. It's huge, over 5.4 meters long. The wheel arches are squared off with rugged black cladding, housing 18-inch alloy wheels wrapped in all-terrain tires. But look at this sport bar on the back. It flows from the roofline down to the bed, giving it a fast, aerodynamic look, almost like an Avalanche or a Ridgeline, but way tougher. The door handles are traditional, thank God, but the mirrors have cameras, sensors, and NFC readers. You can unlock this truck with your phone, a card, or even an Apple Watch. And yes, the charging port and gas cap are on opposite sides. It's a hybrid that wears its tech like a badge of honor. The rear is a masterpiece of LED engineering. The light bar stretches all the way across, a continuous strip of red neon that looks incredible at night. The tailgate is damped so it doesn't slam down. It drops smoothly. The bumper has integrated steps on the corners so you can hop into the bed easily without looking like an uncoordinated toddler. It looks premium. It looks expensive. It looks like it belongs in a sci-fi movie. This is where the numbers get stupid. The Shark 6 uses the DMO, dual-mode off-road platform. It has a 1.5-liter turbo engine paired with two massive electric motors. Total output, 430-plus horsepower and an earth-shattering 650 Newton-meters of torque. 0 to 60, 5.7 seconds. Let me repeat that. A 6,000-pound pickup truck hits 60 miles per hour in 5.7 seconds. That's faster than a Ranger Raptor. That's faster than a V6 Camry. And because it's a PHEV, you get 100 kilometers, 62 miles, of pure electric range. You can drive to work, get groceries, and come home without the engine ever turning on. But when you want to go off-road, the gas engine wakes up and the combined range hits 840 kilometers, 520 miles. It's a Prius for the city and a trophy truck for the desert. How is this even legal? Step inside and you'll forget you're in a pickup. The dashboard is designed by the guy who did the Lamborghini Urus. I'm not kidding. It features orange accents, soft touch materials, and real metal toggle switches that feel like they belong in a fighter jet cockpit. The centerpiece? A 15.6-inch rotating screen. Yes, you press a button and the screen spins from landscape to portrait mode. Why? Because TikTok is vertical and Maps are horizontal. It has voice control that actually understands you. Hey BYD, open the sunroof. Done. It has a karaoke app built in. You can literally plug in a microphone and sing while you're off-roading. Karaoke in a truck? America could never. The seats are sporty, bolstered bucket seats with orange stitching. Heated? Yes. Ventilated? Yes. Power adjustable? 12-way. They are more comfortable than my living room couch. A 12-inch heads-up display HUD projects your speed and nav right onto the windshield. 50W wireless charging that is actively cooled by a fan. Ambient lighting that reacts to the music. The gear shifter is this chunky, retractable block that feels incredible to use. Behind it, cup holders, massive storage bins, and hidden compartments everywhere. The bed is 1.2 cubic meters, capable of holding a Euro pallet. But the killer feature? V2L, vehicle to load. There is a power strip in the bed that puts out 6 kilowatts of power. You can power a fridge, a TV, a PlayStation, and a coffee maker all at the same time. You are looking at the ultimate tailgating machine. Okay, the Ford Ranger Raptor costs $57,000 plus. The F-150 Lightning is $60K to $70K. The BYD Shark 6. In Mexico, where it launched first, it starts around $53,000 USD, and that's for the loaded version. In other markets, it's expected to be even cheaper. You get 430 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds, a rotating screen, and karaoke for less than the price of a mid-spec Tacoma. If this comes to the US, Detroit is going to need a bailout. So I have to ask, which one would you actually take home? Are you Team Shark for the speed? Team Hunter for the 1,000-kilometer range? Or are you crazy enough to want the MG9? Drop your pick in the comments right now. I'm reading all of them because I genuinely want to know if you guys are as shocked as I am. If you enjoyed this video, if your jaw dropped even once, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications because next week we are looking at Chinese SUVs that make the Range Rover look like a toy. You do not want to miss that. I'm off to go cry in my overpriced American car.